Thought I'd do another screencast for this research-based sample outline that you can all download. You guys did a wonderful job last time of just looking at the sample life change speech outline and following that. So now, since this includes research, here we go with just a slight difference. Now, as you'll see, the outline format is exactly the same. You still start with a hook, have a thesis statement, and a preview of your main points. But this speech was on the electronic cigarette, and it's kind of an old speech, like it was done years ago. But I love it because it presents a balanced or neutral perspective. It's not advocating that you should not smoke, that you should stay away from e-cigarettes or the harms that they can do, but it has a balanced perspective on the electronic cigarette. So when you look at the preview, where it starts and says they'll talk about the device itself and how it works, that's really informative. And then if you glance at this first main point, again, see how it's still written in a keyword format, not written out like an essay. So that's a really good thing. Then you go back to the preview and it says the speech will cover a few of the advantages and disadvantages of smoking e-cigarettes, and then finally health concerns. So that's what keeps this balanced. It talks about some actual benefits, and advantages, and then goes on. So the next thing I really just kind of want to point out is when you get into the advantages, this is where the research source citations come in. So the first thing you'll notice is, yes, there's more writing, because this time they're citing an article here by the National Health Service. And that's a really nice thing. And so what they're doing is just paraphrasing that. And then they are also citing a study from Biomed Central Public Health and the doctors and credentials underneath. And so this is where you're not just saying, oh, I found this article. You're actually mentioning the specific source here. Now, you've heard this done in the previous, and you'll hear this done in the sample speeches, but you can also see it in the outline. For your outlines, you can just make sure you get the source citations in. If you do that, you don't also need to include a bibliography at the end. If you go down further again, look at some of the advantages and how they're just written in keyword format. And then when it gets to the health concerns, here's another source from the FDA, and then actions on smoking and health. So your speech only needs to have 3 different source citations, but this is a really good example. So hopefully this helps you a little bit. Oh, and one last thing. When it comes to visual aids, you are not required to do a PowerPoint presentation. This person simply used the device itself as an object to show us during the speech. Using an object is perfectly fine. You do not have to have a million PowerPoint slides. Have a good day.